All right, here are 8 reasons why Plaza Midwood is one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Charlotte, and why you should definitely check it out and consider it if you're looking to make a move here. All right, so let's get started. My name is Phillis, and I help people just like you relocate to the Charlotte area. And if you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to assist you with that. So Plaza Midwood is a neighborhood, really a small suburb on the east side of Charlotte. It's about 4 blocks away from Uptown, so it has a great location. You're really close to everything, all of the action. The main street that it hugs is Central Avenue and Hawthorne Lane, and then the plaza to the north end. So number 1 is the atmosphere. It's a great neighborhood, especially if you like to get out, be social, meet people. In fact, it's one of Charlotte's first social districts, and what that means is basically you can get an open container and walk the streets with those businesses that are participating with alcohol from participating businesses right along Central Avenue. So really just a fun thing to do, get out with friends, people visiting you, etc. It's a really good thing. So I think just the atmosphere alone sets it apart from a lot of other neighborhoods and areas of the city. Number 2 is its walkability. So being so close to Uptown, you have this sort of urban setting. You're going to have access to retail shops, you name it. There's about 30 different restaurants and bars in the area that you can walk to. You're going to have multiple gyms to choose from. There's a grocery store right in the neighborhood, which is amazing to be able to just walk to get groceries. And they do things like have farmers markets. There's 2 different farmers markets. There are about a dozen or so smaller boutique shops right on Central Avenue. It's also really close to the Gold Line streetcar system, which takes you right into Uptown and can also connect you on the Blue Line light rail system. So all these things are right inside of Plaza Midwood. Walkability is amazing. Definitely going to be the second on my list here of top reasons to love and live in the neighborhood. All right, number 3 is just proximity. So kind of further into the walkability and that, being so close to Uptown, you're just really tied into the city. You're going to get a really good feel for what it's like to live in Charlotte, right? You think a lot of times of Charlotte being just the downtown, we call it Uptown, but not a lot happens actually in Uptown. And in fact, most of the action in terms of where people want to live and a lot of the development is really happening right outside of the Uptown area. And this is definitely one of those neighborhoods. And so you're still really close to everything. So you can get to Uptown in 5 minutes. You are 5 minutes to get on the main throughways, the 277 and 74 South. That'll connect you and get you wherever you need to go. You're also less than 20 minutes away from the airport. And you're also 5-10 minutes away from 2 of the largest hospitals in the area. That's Atrium, CMC Main, and Novant Presbyterian. They're right next to this neighborhood. And so living this close to Uptown, you are just 10 minutes away from 8 of the largest employers in the city. Those are Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Duke Energy, Atrium Health, Novant Health, Passport Labs, Lending Tree, and Lowe's. Those are all either right inside Uptown or immediately outside of it. We also have Amazon Distribution Center, which is right next to the airport, which is less than 20 minutes away. So these are all reasons that make these little pocket neighborhoods that surround the Uptown area really attractive for a lot of people and make it a great place to live. All right, number 4, diverse dining options. You're gonna have a lot of options, places to eat, drink, hang out right inside of Plaza. And if you don't like those, you're really close to all of the other neighborhoods that have other options for you. There are about 30 food and drink options right inside Plaza Midwood. Some of the staples, if you're just checking out the neighborhood for the first time, you can check out Common Market. It's sort of like the old go-to place, still is the happening place to be. Central Coffee, that's right on Central Ave, small little coffee shop. Thomas Street Tavern, had a lot of amazing memories at that place. There's some games that they have out in the back. Some of the newer places like Workman's Friend, some of the breweries in there in that neighborhood are Legion Brewery. You have Pilot Brewing and Resident Culture Brewery. Those are all right there. Some other spots if you're looking for that is like barbecue. I like Midwood Smokehouse, which is right off Central Ave and Zeta Jane's. Great place to have some brunch, breakfast. They have a place called Supperland. It was a renovated church. It's one of the oldest churches in the city. They've renovated that area into a really nice restaurant. Great place to have a night out with friends, family. Lots of options for that. Number 5, art and culture scene. And so they do have some like smaller galleries and just, small events that they do there. Personally, that's not a thing that I actually do, but I will say that just living in a neighborhood in an area that has, uniqueness to it, a character, when you walk the streets, there's a lot of street art, wall murals. I think it just lends to it kind of reminds you that you are in a unique neighborhood. It has that southern feel to it. It just lets you know you're in an urban area. You're right next to Uptown. You can see the skyline, and I think it sort of brings, a real good feel to it. Just something new and interesting. It's not your cookie cutter neighborhood where every house is the same, etc. So it's just, I think it's a big plus for that neighborhood. So if you're into the artwork, there's actually a website dedicated to all of the wall murals in that neighborhood. I think there's something like 43 murals. There may be more at this point. And it's a pretty diverse neighborhood. So you have a lot of people in Charlotte in general who move to the region from different parts of the country, from outside of the country. And so you're going to see all types of people in those neighborhoods, especially in Plaza Midwood. I think that's a big plus. It does skew for a younger demographic on average. There are a lot of apartments in Plaza Midwood. We lived there when we first moved to Charlotte. We landed in Plaza Midwood. We had no idea. We knew nothing about the neighborhood, and we stayed in an apartment right off of Central and Hawthorne Lane, Metro 808 apartments. We had a great time living there and absolutely loved it. There is a train that comes through on Central Ave at night. It does honk there. It does have a horn. It takes some getting used to, but it didn't take us long at all. A month in, and we were totally good with it. The benefits far outweighed the sound of a train. All right, so about 21% of the households in Plaza Midwood are those with children. So it's not heavily geared, or you don't see a lot of families that live there per se with children, at least. Just something to be mindful of and aware of. So the schools, you have Shamrock Gardens, Eastway Middle School, and Garinger High School. I will say that the schools haven't been ranked the highest on the public system, but there are some other options, and we can definitely help potentially and answer any of those questions that you have on schools. Number 6, the historic element and the charm of the neighborhood. So Plaza Midwood is one of 8 historic districts in all of Charlotte. Now, it's not the entire neighborhood that is labeled historic or classified as historic. It's about 14% of the homes. It just brings a lot of character to the neighborhood. Now, like when they try to preserve those things, the neighborhood was one of the city's first streetcar suburbs. That streetcar ran all along Central Avenue. The neighborhood was originally called Chatham Estates. It's now Plaza Midwood, and there's a map. You can do walking tours if you're interested in those sorts of things. The homes there in the 20s, 30s, 40s, they ranged from Victorian style, colonial. You have a lot of bungalows. Thomas Street in particular is known for its bungalows. So pretty cool. I like seeing those things myself. And of course, now you have a good mix of new construction too. So there's a blend there, and it's a pretty cool thing to see. All right, number 7 is access to green space. You're gonna be close to a lot. You have Briar Creek Greenway, which is right in Plaza Midwood, and these greenways all throughout Charlotte, especially when you get closer into Uptown, they really do all connect to each other, and you're gonna have access to get on foot and just enjoy the weather that we have here. There's a couple small parks. You have Midwood Park. Veterans Park is the larger, more well-known park there, and it's also right next to Charlotte's Country Club, which is a private golf club. It's one of the top-ranked golf clubs in the country. And now when we lived there, I walked actually to Independence Park. Independence Park is technically outside of Plaza Midwood. However, it's really good. It's very close. It's right there. It's a little bit closer into Uptown, but I used to, run there. They've actually renovated that park, and there's an old football stadium memorial field there that they still use for some events. So it's a pretty cool thing. All right, number 8, community and the tight-knit, neighborhood. Plaza Midwood is, it has a commercial element to it. All the small businesses that are there, and there's a lot of activity there, and I think that helps to really tie all the neighbors and the community together. So they meet a few times a year, and if you're a new neighbor, you can go to those meetups and do the social mixers. The Plaza Midwood Neighborhood Association, they also work together with some of those adjacent neighborhoods like Noda, Belmont, Commonwealth, Morningside. they all kind of work together to sort of bring people and really kind of, bring a good social element to the neighborhood. And it's not like your typical new age, new era HOA, where they're just kind of there to make sure that you're in line with the rules of the HOA, where your bushes are all cut, etc. Things like that. It's nothing like that. I think this is a really unique sort of, group that gets together. And I think that's a really cool thing. So, all right, now if you are loving all of the things that I'm mentioning right now, and you're curious about home prices, let's take a look at what it costs to live in the neighborhood. It's not cheap. It is one of the more expensive neighborhoods in Charlotte, and it is continuing to increase the cost to live there. All right, so looking back over the past 6 months, the median closed sales price for single family homes, the median price is $952,000, and that would be for about a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,100-ish square foot home. And that's for a home built in 1950. And that comes out to about $437 per square foot. For townhomes, it's a little bit less. It's $840,000 for the median sales price. 3 beds, 4 baths, actually you get an extra bathroom, about the same square footage, that 2,100 square feet. The median year built is 2022. We do see that where there's just a lot of townhomes being developed by builders, just because there's not enough land. And so they really pack them in. That comes out to $396 per square foot. Now, for active listings right now, for single family homes, the prices are up quite a bit from the median closed sales price over the past 6 months. So the median single family home right now on the market, there's about 18 listings, and the median price is 1.3 million. It's a little over that. It's like 1.34 million right now. It's for a larger home. It still comes out to about that $430 per square foot range. That's for a 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,100 square foot home, and the median year built is a lot newer. It's 2014 compared to that 1950. So so some of these prices, I mean, that's a big swing from a median close price of $952. Now you're saying it's 1.34. That has to do with just the new construction inventory that's on the market right now. And so there's a decent range there. Townhomes aren't too far behind. Active listings, the median price is $845,000 for a 3-bed, 4-bath, 2,100 square foot. So still smaller square footage there. And that comes out to about $446 per square foot. So great place to live. Plaza Midwood, definitely one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of Charlotte. If you have any questions on it, feel free to reach out. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you're looking to relocate to the area, don't hesitate to reach out. My name is Phillis, and I will talk to you then. Thanks.